Prodovite. Nutrition that gets in.
I'm privileged to introduce Fred Essick. Fred is 93 years young, and in a conversation that I've had with him today and previously when I met with him down in North Carolina, his primary concern at that age had really been a rapidly diminishing quality of life, and you start to think more about how much longer you got and are you going to make it and what's going to happen. And Fred started taking Prodovite and Enzorb, and this is less than 2 weeks. I mean, literally last week, I believe, Fred started taking Prodovite and Enzorb and was motivated enough to share and cared enough about everybody to share his experience and how it could help so many people. Fred, are you on the phone and available to us?
I am, Bill, yes.
Thank you so much, Fred. Please share your experience with the people on the phone.
Very good. I think it's it's pertinent if I tell you that when I was in my mid-50s, I was working in Puerto Rico, and as a result, I became what's called the fruitarian. I didn't even know, I'd never heard the term before. But I became a fruitarian, and at the point in time, I was not really very healthy in my mid-50s and not a very healthy person. I weighed 205 pounds, and within a matter of about 5 or 6 months' time, I was down to 165 pounds, which is a weight I had maintained ever since then. But I got in touch with what it felt like to be healthy. Gradually, I became extremely healthy. I had to, some years later, I had to let go of being fruitarian because when I returned to the States, the fruit you get here is not the same as getting tree-ripened fruit, which I was eating in Puerto Rico. So I did have to change my eating habits, but I did not resume meat at all, no chicken. And the only thing other than fruits and vegetables that I eat now to this day is salmon and shrimp. Other than that, it's still fruits and vegetables and very, very little in the grain area. So that brings me up to the point at age 92 where I felt extremely healthy. I functioned in all respects as if I was still in my 60s. I was active and my mind was good. Everything was great. And if anybody asked me how long I thought I would live, I would tell them at least to 100, and I don't know how much beyond that. However, in my 92nd year, things changed. And as a result of the changes, in the 1 year from age 92 to 93, I felt as though I aged about 20 years, because by the time I hit the 93rd birthday, I was no longer thinking in terms of living to at least 100, but my feelings about my future was along the lines of, I hope I make it to my 94th birthday. I was dealing with quite a few health issues and a very, very strong mental belief that I was dying, and this was a dying process that I was going through. When that changed, it was only 9 days ago It was a Saturday presentation by Bill Downs where I learned about how quickly your blood cells respond to the Prodovite. I got to see the pictures, the x-ray of the 5 minutes later test, which all of you are probably very familiar with, but it made quite an impression on me. It was as a result of watching that video that I attended the presentation by Bill Downs, and what he said made such good sense to me. I decided I have to give it a try. So give it a try I did. Now, Saturday, that was 9 days ago, I had my first taste of Prodovite. At the presentation, I had a half an ounce on 2 occasions, and that night at home, I had another half ounce. Now, to my amazement, Saturday night, I got up to pee only 2 times. No, 3 times Saturday night. Now, I had fallen into the habit of waking to pee at least 5 or 6 times because I am dealing with a prostate problem. And that's how it manifests itself. Excessive peeing at night, and therefore very poor sleep pattern. But Saturday night, I had 3 occasions that I got up, and I continued Sunday with the Prodovite and the Ensorb. And on Sunday night, I had a similar experience. However, by Monday night, it changed for the better, and I only got up twice. And for the balance of the week, I was getting up at night only twice. Now, today's Monday, and as of Sunday night just passed, which was the 8th day on the product, I only peed 1 time at night. And the same thing again Monday. Let me see. I got my Saturday night. I only peed once, and again Sunday night, I only peed 1 time. So I am so excited, but it's not the only fantastic result that I feel has taken place, because one of the things that I had been dealing with was high blood pressure. And my blood pressure was up in the 160s and 170s most of the time. And because of that, I fell into the habit of taking my pressure 3 times a day. I have a unit right at my desk, and I would check it morning, afternoon, and night, because it was consistently up in the 160s and 170s, and I wanted to watch it in case it got any higher than that. I wanted to get myself to the VA hospital. So I've the habit of taking that blood pressure 3 times daily. To my amazement, my blood pressure on Sunday after my initial day, my pressure was down in the 130s, and I maintained the 130s throughout the week that followed. And as of 2 days ago, also on 3 occasions, had a reading in the 120s. And I'm very comfortable now about my blood pressure, which I was a little frightened by the constant readings in the 160s and the occasional reading up in the 170s. So I had 2 marvelous, in a matter of just a couple of days, 2 marvelous changes in my health condition, which led me to make another marvelous change in how I felt in general about my condition, because I feel healthy again. And I have changed from thinking in terms of maybe I'll make it to 94, and I'm back to thinking in terms of I'll make it to 100, and I don't know how much more. That's where things have stood since then. And one additional mention I want to make is I had been prone to attacks of eczema, which the dermatologist at the VA had provided me with an ointment. And about every 2 or 3 days, I would have to get that ointment because I was suffering from eczema. And that ointment would give me the relief, and then I'd go another 2-3 days and have another attack of the eczema. But today is day number 9 since I first started the product, and as of now, I haven't had a single attack of eczema. All 9 days have passed, and I guess that seems to me like so much to happen so quickly. I'm anxiously waiting for other good results, but I don't really have all those terrible things to deal with anymore. So things might slow down a bit.
Yeah. Hey, Fred, I asked you a question earlier today. I said, so is your vitality a little better? And you answered me, you said no. And I was kind of puzzled. And you said you used the wrong word. And I thought vitality was the wrong word. What did you say to me? You remember?
Okay, my memory hasn't been helped enough yet.
Well, you said no, the operative word was not little. It was a lot more vitality.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty good that you stopped me. You said, no, I'm not feeling a little more vitality. And I was kind of puzzled. You said, it's a wrong word. I'm feeling a lot more vitality. So I appreciate you coming on the phone tonight, and I hope we're not I know you were out running around up until almost 8 o'clock. So you're probably, with your newborn feeling of vitality, you might be pushing the envelope a little bit too hard, and you need to give yourself time to recover. But I just am so grateful. Steve, you got to have a couple comments on this.
I just really thoroughly enjoyed listening to the story, first of all, because, to be able to have that kind of reaction come forward and know that somebody all of a sudden quality of life is better, it's just wonderful. And that's what I always say is Monday nights are great because of that. So thank you for sharing that. I do want to just say and reinforce the issue. We certainly didn't go in saying, hey, let's give them something for, frequent urination or eczema or blood pressure. We don't do that. We don't want to even look at that. We just know that his body is responding to nutrition, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Like you said, I will wait and see what else happens, but that's pretty good so far. So this is the body's way of saying, hey, I can actually go back and start to feel good again because the nutrition's there. So I would have no doubt that you'll be on the phone with us when you're 100 too.
Yeah, thanks so much, Fred. Really appreciate it. I don't want to ask you to stay on the phone a little bit longer, but some other people may have a question for you. If you can hang on for a few more minutes, I'm going to.
No problem.
Thank you so much.